There is no Dear Diary. I bet you have questions. I have answers. Good morning. Happy Monday. But before I give you answers as to why no Dear Diary, I have sad news. This is gonna be the last Disco Elysium stream on YouTube. It's not been performing great, which is bad for the channel overall. So it's the last one. It's the last one. I might be playing on Twitch and then compiling what happens into a video instead of continuing streams. Yeah, you guys have been doing great liking the videos, but even that doesn't offset sort of the fact that it's not many viewers, and we don't have a lot of action in chat when the streams are going on, and the videos aren't monetizable because of copyright music, content, etc. So I'm gonna be trying new things. Maybe I'll play some Genshin while we figure things out. I have to figure out how to establish this earlier time slot, because it's yeah, this is not the way. It sucks, and I really dislike it because I'm not someone who likes to be motivated by things like money or views. I just kind of want to have a good time. But when it means sacrificing the ability to do this at all, then I have to say that I can't. So I hope you all understand. But I really, appreciate you all who show up. And why no Dear Diary? So I was working on it. So the way that I do Dear Diaries is after stream, I cut the stream up into hunks of like, this is like areas where things happen where I can make a storyline. So I did that. And then in the mornings, I edit it down and I do the jokes and the voiceover, because I like the time constraint. It helps me not think things, like overthink things. And also, I haven't been sleeping good because there's been cat drama in the night. Also, I go to bed at like 9:30, which is sort of unreasonable for people who live with me, because it's like, well, they can't just not do things after 9:30. So I got earplugs for myself last night, because I'm a light sleeper and I wake up a lot. So I'm like, earplugs, it'll be great. And then I wake up this morning, oh wow, earplugs are so nice. I love earplugs. Turns out Nia threw up like 6 times in my room throughout the night, all over everything. So I was spending the morning cleaning up puke. And then when I went to work on the Dear Diary, she was like, oh, I love you so much. I'm like, yes, I love you too. And then I'm like, why do you stink? Like, why are you stinky? Why are you stinky? And her butt fuzz got fused together with poop, so I had to shave her butt as well. And then I'm like, okay, good, let's get back to work. And then she's like, I love you. I'm like, cool, I love you too. This is so nice. And she's like, actually, I'm gonna eat the loopies off your masks. And I'm like, don't do that. So I had to take those away from her. And then she threw up the loopies on the masks, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're not gonna do a Dear Diary today. So that's me. Let's get into this game. Whee! Yeah, it was a morning. It was a morning, and then I had to be like, how am I gonna tell everyone that I can't play this game that everyone has been really excited for? I can't wait to let everyone down. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah. So here we go. Previously, I'll give you a quick rundown. Previously, we made our best friends here. They're great. We called our ex not great. Dora, can you say depressiono? Yes, I can. So that's what we're doing. And then we tried to give a coat back to our friend, and he was like, no. And then we took his coat. So that's what we did. And now, I actually don't remember where we're going. We called our ex. We haven't checked the traps. Depressiono! Yeah, right? And I really want to check the traps. I'm going to touch everything. Oh, we got to talk to those people. You know what this means? Speed run!
The locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
It'll be the next one, surely.
Sure. Anyway, the air is nice and fresh here.
Yeah, I guess let's tie up some loose ends, and we're not gonna open up any other loose ends. See those two people? Get fucked. We're not gonna talk to you. Bye. Yeah, the current YouTube meta is retiring. Let's do it. Let's retire. How about? Or if you're Donkey, the meta is not retiring.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. The reeds bend forlornly toward the constant, distant song. Louder. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozool.
Another empty trap.
Let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize?
Kim, don't shit on my dreams. It's too late, Nora. Someone else already did retire. I don't remember their name, but they did the video about the jungle gyms and the purpose of the jungle gyms. Retired. What choice is this way? Hey, lady, I know I said I was going to find your husband, but we don't have time for that. No time for your husband. Sorry, lady. Bye. She was really looking forward to getting back together with her husband, too. But, oh!
Sorry to hear these streams aren't doing great. Feel a bit guilty after campaigning so hard for this game, lol. I've been loving them so far.
20 Uno! Don't feel guilty. It's not a you thing. It's a YouTube thing. I was probably not the greatest time to try new things. I was like, yeah, let's try a whole bunch of new things, which was probably not great for me to do. But what can you do? I should have been more conscious of our subscriber base, the videos that we've made, and what people who tune into our channels typically watch, and establish sort of this early time slot before moving on to something that is a little more outside of our wheelhouse. So don't feel bad, because I made the choice. It was me. It was me who made the choice. Smell what?
Can you not detect that inimitable whiff of dissatisfaction and restlessness, that sense that the world is in need of dramatic, even violent reordering?
Close your eyes and take a deep breath.
What do you smell? The first thing that strikes you is the overwhelming brine. You imagine yourself underwater, a 100-legged arthropod scuttling along the murky silt at the bottom of the sea. But then the unmistakable reek of seagull shit hits you, buoyed along on the air currents. An acrid melody atop moldering cords of wood rot and heavy fuel oil.
Everything in order, detective?
I'm smelling for communists, Kim.
You're smelling for... You know what? I just leave you to it. Carry on, detective.
Have some studying to do, so I'll be _Nyan lurking this stream. Sucks that these streams aren't doing well, BC. I've had a lot of fun this playthrough.
catnip. And like, the thing is, if these were self-contained and there was nothing writing on it, I would just love to continue. So I'm gonna probably continue on Twitch somehow or figure out something so that we can at least finish the game in a way that doesn't hurt the analytics. Poor little Anna. She's just so picky. Thank you. I also 21. Thank you. I didn't realize you did that. 100. Thank you so much. Jeez. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, thanks for being a golden waffle for 7 months. Shorts are okay. Unironically, YouTube's literally fucking every other kind of content on their platform in favor of shorts because they want people to make shorts, and it's the most frustrating thing in the whole world when it's like, oh, you're gonna alienate all the content creators so that you can push an Instagram/TikTok style thing because you have ADHD when it comes to what you want your platform to be instead of focusing. Yeah. But okay, yeah. We'll get in. Let's focus. Let's focus. Are people coming to YouTube for the shorts? The thing is, I watch shorts, so I mean, it's frickin' working.
The lieutenant lacks your highly developed politico-olfactory cortex. The smell is undeniable, and it's coming from that balcony up there.
You mean Cindy?
Certainement. A precocious communist youth. A symbol of a kinder, more hopeful future. Now's your chance to establish contact with your revolutionary brothers and sisters. A chance to establish contact with the future. What a beautiful, terrible thought.
No time for communism. What do you mean? She gone. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there. Joyce! I knew I shouldn't have trusted her. I'm wearing my wrong coat. Oh, I is not the correct button. I need to wear my good coat. I need to wear my fancy coat for fancy people. There we go. Yeah, my idea was to have like when Dora, when it's like her name was Dora, it was gonna be like, oh, can you say, and then I was gonna say the word on the shirt, but censor it. It's gonna be good. It was gonna be good. I've been so excited to go up this side of the coast. A lot of latte art shorts. I've been getting, well, I watch a lot of Blender tutorials. I like the songs of this place. So I get a lot of Blender stuff. Also, on Facebook, I look at one hot guy at like a sponsored post, and now I'm getting so many hot guy sponsored posts. It's ridiculous. With capital Dick, Euless, I tell you what. Joyce is near the net picker. Oh, JJ!
I've been loving this dot, and as always, when you put a squirt of frosting down your throat before we take our medications. In the most delicious way.
JJ, thanks for being a golden waffle for 23 months in a row. In the most delicious way. The algorithm wants you to establish your niche and create content that is divisive, so has a lot of engagement. So if you're not doing that, YouTube doesn't care.
I'll just keep the corda lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier. Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
Jetty, yes.
Hello, detectives.
Hello, Joyce. She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
So how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze towards the village slush melting on the cinder blocks construction work left half finished 10 years ago. So you're saying you can play Disco Elysium, but only if you rip the game apart for clicks. Only if I say really controversial things and then you all talk about it in the comments a lot.
For better_Nyan salute, it has been fun no less than 3.
Paulina! Thank you! It has been fun. I've been really enjoying trying new things.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune.
Perhaps in the future, things will change and YouTube will be like, yes, play every different type of thing. You never know.
The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
I have seen zero dogs.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
No.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
She leans against the railing, looking up at the grey sky.
Above you, there forms a quilt of alto-cumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Do you know how they discovered this place?
This island?
No, they're in Celindian, Isola.
No, I don't know how they discovered it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion. Oh, that's so me.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Tell me now. We have time.
Do we?
He glances at his watch. It doesn't look like he does.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Yuzuki, you're not wrong. They purposefully mispronounce things in their shorts, or they have incorrect information in their shorts so that people will comment to correct it. There's a lot of gaming the system that people do to stay afloat in YouTube. It's just how it do.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit.
I found my badge.
By love, you did.
Yeah. Her eyes scanning from left to right.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious.
It's so precarious.
What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Oh, that's why Clay said scones were French during Yakuza. Yeah, that's exactly why. Not ignorance. Interaction. Seaweed drips from the badge in your hand. It smells of fish.
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
Fair, I guess. I'll bend over and pull down my pants.
I am glad to hear that. Because let me tell you, we are in dire waters. The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile?
I spoke with a
Tea,
lorryman.
perhaps?
Oh, tea! I spoke with a lorryman at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Wait, what do you mean the eyes?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
She's trying to conceal her excitement, but the slight glimmer in her green eyes tells you otherwise.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
What do you mean? What is that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Revachol West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
I've already heard about the connection between the lynching and the strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not.
Oh, of course.
These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched.
What then?
Last Sunday night. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
I have to say that this is not disco.
It is very far from disco.
Yeah.
My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
She leans against the wooden planks.
if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Debarders have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
This isn't pretty. Bleak scenario you're describing.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Lieutenant W. Frater de Bois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes, but I did not know him.
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice, but she had sympathy for this man.
His name was... You liked him.
Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills.
His name was...
Lely, his service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions.
This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body, and Classier also mentioned it, I believe. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
Oh, it was just Occidental. Don't worry about it.
In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the two remaining mercs?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're likely to be armed to the teeth.
We drove our sea into the sea on Occident. Yeah. Nice, hero.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Well, we still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Scab leader murder bad replay. Scab leader murder bad replay. Oh, bad reply. Woo! Reading! 47% this side of the river, you know? 47% reading comprehension. 58.
This is so embarrassing. You have no idea. There's something wrong with your brain.
Yeah.
Luckily, the lieutenant still has his.
Ma'am, with all due respect, I've been around Martinez, and there's a giant hulk of a man in ill-fitting clothes at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work. His heart really isn't in it.
Not a terribly good actor, that one.
And the other one, the Pole, must be in one of the 4-story buildings overlooking the roundabout. She was reporting back to you while we were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Wait! The guy? The guy at the gates who's been like, oh, and pointing at everyone? That guy? That guy's not real?
That would afford a good vantage point. Still, I hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
And what did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
This does not come as news to us, but still. To your knowledge, where did this assault take place, if you know?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
I'm gonna just give it all up to Joyce. We're Joyce stands now. We don't have time to be sus of Joyce. We're Joyce stands.
Good. Then you've made progress. It's imperative that you move fast. The tribunal will not be patient.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start?
That doesn't tell me
Truthfully,
anything.
I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
And their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There's a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
5 days, not more. Maybe sooner.
Okay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Tell me about the Crinnel.
Not
The Crinnel.
much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep, black well.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Are you talking about the gummy rat person? Because I only learned about gummy rat person last night, Zero. Because Catherine and me and Prima and Clay all went out for painting some pottery and some ramen. It was really fun. And I learned about Gumai rat.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes, all the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
What else you got?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She thinks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
She thinks.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crinnel.
Could you contact the company? Tell them to call it off.
I have. And they will.
Will they?
However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
Okay, that's enough.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
Tell me about
If
these
there is
tattoos.
anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Tell me about the tattoos.
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire to take the photo and holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence. She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured, like those of a working woman.
It was taken with a Trigat not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Look at his face. Look at her face.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface. She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver. Has she seen dead bodies before? It's likely.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one of the photo in the paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like V is on a microcircuit?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What, could you tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors, though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
It could go this or the other way. Maybe if you're tactful, it could be beneficial.
Ooh, I need the information. Mark it down to ask the mercs.
Do what you have to do,
I
Detective
will.
Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
What's the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
I think that like having a map tattooed on you is pretty cool, not gonna lie. I've spoken to him, for now the soul is fastened inside his corpse.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
Whoa.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
So 20 Uno says, go to the reality talk, and I will talk about reality.
Reality?
She pulls her hood closer around her neck.
Yes, reality is your side case.
I'm conducting a personal investigation into the world I find myself in.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective.
My theory is that this inquiry into the nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder investigation, and they're really one and the same.
Are they now?
The lieutenant cocks one eyebrow.
A deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead. Ask.
All right, you're in. Begin with the first one. You'll appear worldly.
Okay, where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby.
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
And what is this Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock.
Oh, hi, Solemn Starflash.
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Tell me about the sea. What's this sea?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we not near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
Vast, lukewarm, and unknowable. Flowing in and out of sight.
Okay. That's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city?
The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory. Beyond patriotism. A fact.
And what makes Revachol so great?
History, detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Who built this city?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
They built this on Occident? They built a whole city on Occident? Who does that? And will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here? Why men?
We are standing
Why male
on a
models?
fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're pretty much at the center of the world, where the One Piece is.
Oh, we're quite a way off. About...
She points across the water where the skyscrapers rise.
A collection of tall ghosts behind the water vapor. light reflecting off their glass windows.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the Bank of the World building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government in Cylindian Mission Command.
Look to the sea.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Say nothing. Observe the large body of water swelling. Cold.
She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly.
Okay.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Derealization. Yeah, let's disconnect from reality.
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Monsieur will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
You're not my dad!
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
Is Kim my dad? But won't I be lazy if I don't do it all now?
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far, and diligent boys remember where they left off.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
Whoa, okay. Police!
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Do I have points? Do I have points? Level up. We're trying again. But we're gonna conceptualize first. Conceptualize.
A strange
Could you
coldness
imagine?
comes over you as you look at the world.
Nat 20.
The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all. The doubt is fully formed in your head. The alien feeling persists. You just can't word the question yet. You have to complete the jamais vu thought first.
Ooh, I'm working on it. Please.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This
Damn
isn't
it.
about you.
Yep.
It's about reality.
Shut up. Your reality. What are you?
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
Everyone wants to talk about themselves. She will, in time.
Here we go.
6 kilometers southwest.
First try.
in the Valley of Dogs. Junior officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog, licking its wounds in the grass.
I highly regret doing this. I highly regret doing this. Chad Tilbrook. I hate you.
To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revachol Citizens Militia?
Preciso mundo.
Good. And what is Revachol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
You said de facto?
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
Oh, it was rabies. Oh, I didn't know it was rabies. I didn't pick up it was rabies. Oh, it said rabid. I should have picked up it was rabies. I just thought, you know, sometimes people say rabid in a way that doesn't actually mean rabies. But that makes sense. What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm basically a lackey of the capital. So I'm basically a thrall to the foreign interest. So I'm basically one of the good guys. So I'm basically going to avoid this subject and ask the next question in this line of inquiry. It's cute. So I'm basically a lackey of the capital.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative.
She smiles.
They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
Yeah, but what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Keep guessing.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
Are you saying I'm ruined?
Of course you're not, my dear.
Oh.
I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I meant this place. What is this? What's
This place is an unmarked micro-settlement on the coast of Martinaise.
She gestures towards a collection of cinder block dwellings covered by a highly carcinogenic roofing material.
It's lovely, really. I'm thinking of buying it.
Really?
Actually, yes. The thought did cross my mind when Mademoiselle Lillian over there told me about the fresh produce these women sell to restaurants on the Delta.
You both turn to consider the young woman. She's hunched over a net, methodically picking out ribbons of plastic.
This place could use a competent manager. There's so much to be done. But then I'll never get round to it, will I?
There is regret in her voice for all the countless things she never had time to do with her money.
If I could buy a place that was like kind of run down and make it less run down, I would do it. Do it, Joyce!
Doubtless I'll be off someplace keeping social classes from each other's throats. Let's go back to the basics of reality, shall we?
That's all.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Thank
A
you.
little bit.
So we learned about reality. And in your reality... That's not the song. Oh, gosh. How does your reality go? This was a triumph? No. I sincerely do hope, though, she buys this place. Because, like, I don't know. I really actually kind of like it here. I think it's nice. It's nicer than the city, that's for sure. Hello? Oh, oh my god, they're everywhere. Who's putting all the money in these poles? What's this? Must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Painted with pastels. Someone is trying to bring cheer to the world. Is it you?
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Oh, dear child, it's freezing. Where is your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I do have a hat on.
You don't have to do anything.
I should, and I do.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Oh.
Your pulse rises.
Respect my authority, child!
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh my god, fuck the hat? Is that what you just said to me? I can't believe you just told me to fuck the hat!
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation.
God, this is me. So I should just take this hat I'm wearing and fuck it, right? This hat! Engage in sexual intercourse with a hat right here in front of you because you told me so? On the sea ice?
More.
Right here on the sea ice?
More.
You puff your cheeks as if you can't even breathe. Give you a little ice cup hat fuck show?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
The lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react.
Is this how you see me?
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball.
Oh no, we're terrible.
That's it. You've earned it. Start crying.
Start crying.
The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there.
Yes.
Then the sound of sobbing.
Cathartic. This is cathartic.
Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol and God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
Anyways, I can't believe you'd use obscenities like that in front of a police officer. And you should wear a hat too. No.
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know?
Ah, yeah.
Crying helps though. Get it out your system. And then maybe we can talk. Okay? I'll be here.
Time to cry to Kim. Having looked away during the final phase of your little episode, the lieutenant now addresses you.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
'Tis possible thou couldst persuade the lieutenant 'twas all a part of thy unorthodox method. But can thou persuade thyself?
Drama! Drama, stop it. Drama, we're trying to be better. Drama! Drama! Should have invested in drama. Holy crap. A crygasm.
What?
It's when you totally break down and it feels a little better afterwards. I don't know where I got the expression from. I may have just invented it.
In the future, could you please refrain from emoting too much on duty? The quasi-legal status of the RCM means we need to project strength twice as consistently as any other police force in the world.
Weakness is strength, Kim!
Not when projecting strength. Then it's just weakness.
Sounds like some typical macho bullshit to me.
That may be so, but such is Revachol, and this is what is expected of us in Revachol.
I hate society.
You get the feeling you're being handled with kid gloves because your cheeks are still soaking wet.
It's just because it's raining, empathy.
Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
The end is near anyways. I might as well see this through.
Then let's go.
Can I cry again at this child?
So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
There is a hint of pity in her eyes.
Yes, pity me, child. I'm
Her
a
hair is
man.
dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
Thanks, perception. Jeez. What are you doing out here?
Recording, I guess.
What is it you're recording?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
What are the recordings for?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
So.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket. No, take mine!
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
This is a nice character!
It's okay.
He throws you a glance. Give her the hat. Here, you need this more than I do.
Thanks.
She puts it on. It's a bit large for her. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is it?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
I had some more questions.
Go ahead.
Empathy! Empathy! Please!
The device is cold to the touch.
Damn
The
you!
angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow
One?
plastic cover.
Oh!
Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
What's your name?
A cell.
And your sir. This feels sus. A cell who? I'm not a young suitor. This is just official police business. What's your last name?
Why?
I'm the police. It's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's Burger.
What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the burgers. Her last name is Burger, and I now want burgers. And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
Got it.
Okay.
Have you seen a red hair woman around?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
That's good. No neighbors to complain about the noise when you get the club going.
Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
Okay, that's all.
Okay, bye.
Yellow moss on the stones. They're probably stolen from someone's garden. The camera feels really off. Trash from the party. A pole in the ice keeps the tent erect. More tribalist markings. Covered in little humanoids.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
Push it over.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Yeah, shortcut unlocked. Into the tent. Oh, hello. This is someone's home away from home, just like yours. Into the dance party.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name Nosafed Ultra. Capri DeLange engine starting fluid. Canisters filled with what appear to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
Ziggy Stardust.
And Egghead. Egg!
He yells. The tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a settled burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
It is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Oh, there's no need. This place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you even talking about?
I'm talking about the church.
Oh.
And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads.
Yes, Egghead, yes!
Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw and then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The world.
Yes, the world, Egghead!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
We're gonna evict some people from our church. It's gonna become a hot dance club.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind? Wait, what kind?
The spooky kind.
Spooky? What do you mean spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Bad sign, Waves. No one can dance like that. Oh, Egghead, you get me.
Thank you, Egghead.
Egghead is so smart.
So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter.
Yes.
Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
No, we're gonna fill the world with dance. Get.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is.
Who are these
The
people?
boys exchanged giddy looks.
Who are these people?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
Better safe than sorry. Anything more?
Yes, there's also the machinery.
The machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Water.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh yes, Egghead. Tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
It's a woman. Red hair maybe. A lorry woman.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark signs.
So which one is it?
What Noid said.
What about the machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably very likely.
Probably very likely, yeah.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
I'll talk to Noid then.
Good idea.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
What kind of ecclesiastics?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Ooh, what do you mean, a meteorite?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Sounds like a place I've had. Sounds like a place. I've had enough of those. Let's talk about something else.
Yes?
I'm gonna talk to Noid. I want to know.
Oh, you should have the key. We had to padlock the door to the church to keep more vagrants from wandering in.
The key.
Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Be a cool cop. Yeah, be a cool cop. We're not gonna cry.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball.
It's in the old eye orb. Right in the looking ball. Right in the peeper hole.
A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Oh, I have to say bad things. I'm sorry. Ouch! Goddamn asshole! Oh, ouch! Oh, ouch!
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
Oh no! I'm sorry. No, you almost murdered me. I'm a cop.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
He pulls out some black paper from his belt pack.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
No. I don't need your money.
The key?
Thank you.
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
I feel really bad.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. Tell me about signs.
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socializing, man.
Mood.
Even now, our sign synchronization is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Tell me about the machines in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialized. there was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The supernatural. So you think it's real and it exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
So why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Cool, I'll come back later. Egghead!
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Alright!
Here comes the night!
Hell yes!
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
We're going to go and clean out the church. People in the church. People in the church. People in the church. Are you the church? I think this is the church. Hardcore! You feel the shadow of a very large building falling on you. Dusty pews! Oh, this is the church. An altar shrouded in dark or something like that. It's too dark. The sign reads St. Björn, 1147. You can imagine why calls become terrible sometimes. Oh, that's over to the payphones. We don't want the payphones.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Take a look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Look at this sticker.
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What is that?
For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law.
YouTube thumbnail. It totally is.
These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
He puts the handkerchief in his coat pocket.
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Peel it off!
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put your sticker on your ledger, right on the cover!
Voila. Looks very modern.
Ooh, secret task! Open the padlock.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Pull open the doors.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. Its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church. as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city.
Whoa, beautiful! A strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. This grotesque wooden figure looks half-finished. It feels like it's trying to become one with the church. More of the forked lightning pattern you saw outside. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. A prayer book has been left open. The bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Pew, 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 pew. Ooh, yes, those are nice boots. And money. What do our shoes do? Composure? No, we're an empath. Obviously. Look at him. This guy? Empath. We gotta run up the hill. No, not allowed running in church. A spider has spun its web around the wooden carved pillar. I did a little run. I hope God's not mad at me for running. A cracked pane of glass. Colorful. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. A scarf. Ooh. A figure drawn on the frost on the window depicting a deer. It's just a bird.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Kim, what's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this. I can't hear shit.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Whatever it is, it's definitely real. Something odd is happening here.
The lieutenant doesn't reply.
Look up.
But you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look at the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
92%. What double ones? Here we come. Nice. I was really worried about double ones, to be honest.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
Follow the shadow's movement.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Green ape!
Officer, is there something up there?
Lieutenant follows as your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is you're seeing.
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Prepare for an attack.
On the ceiling?
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
Blink.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Tiago?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it. Is that a man? A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently.
Say nothing. Let's just be quiet.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry. Everything's gonna be all right. You come to the right place.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to receive the mother's love. You can too, Holmes. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
Yeah.
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Sheesh. Yeah, I guess I have a problem, and it's been getting out of hand. It's Alcoholics Anonymous. We're just in a church doing Alcoholics Anonymous, which is where that takes place.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence, and you don't even know it.
I'm very in touch with my suffering. I'm actually here on behalf of some young people looking to establish a nightclub.
I know it's hard to admit that you have a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look at the damage Albino was doing to my mind and my spirit.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Okay.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Oh, these answers, some of them are really good. I feel like you may have a point here.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
His voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
Hence the silence. He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
Some bravers want to turn this place into a nightclub?
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
Friends!
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa.
Huh?
Don't know, Holmes.
So wait, there is another person living in the church? And it's a veita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Ooh.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
The lieutenant seems to be thinking the same. He takes out his little notebook.
You mean like a fugitive?
He glances over at the abandoned radio computer on the other side of the nave, pulsing with light, and then shakes his head.
No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
Right. Thanks. I'll see if I can find her some other way.
You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
He shrugs.
Or search through her radio computer.
Did you just climb down from the church tower?
Sure did, Holmes.
Are you human? You weren't moving like a human.
I am. At least in part, Holmes. Until the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
Well, you sound like you're not from around here.
Haven't you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Revachol.
And it's great. Such diversity is a boon to the economy. I'm not capitalist. Where's my communisms?
Not sure I'm contributing to the economy none, Holmes.
Well, at least you're human, and that's a relief.
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First timers are always nervous.
Okay, I have other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness.
He nods towards the ceiling.
This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who is this mother of silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
What will happen if you drink from the perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
How did you even find this place?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Are these yours? Your shoes and your scarf?
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Okay, well, I have other
The
questions.
sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, friend. Wow. What a cool little friend just living in the ceiling. I envy that. 2 decks of reel-to-reel tapes are spinning on empty. A portable Harman Wowshi tape recorder.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass
Oh, it's
window.
one of these things.
It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
He seems cautious around the machine.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Wait, let's investigate.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing.
Look
You
inside.
see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March.
Play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the film, it just said log, February to March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this log.
No!
Accident is good.
The machine's keyboard is still
Print.
Nothing happens.
No password. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Kneel? No. Leave me alone, woman. Kneel.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Look up.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
It's compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same as you get up.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Time to use our brain! Yeah!
Despite
Oh
the
shit, we
damage
did it!
done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Dei, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
Taylor Swift.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even far away Supremwindi, altogether 21 of the 40 mundial nations of the time, immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
Her crowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her terriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well.
Did we kill her?
Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her terriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
And then what?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Dei was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the innocents.
Was she backseating humanity?
Dolores Dei was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes.
We did it. We killed her. We were crazy. We're crazy. We're absolutely crazy. We were on drugs.
This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir Laclay. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Yes! Big bummer! Boring history! Gotta keep it light, man! Keep it moving! Get fucked up instead!
Was she smart?
Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both
I love
contract
horrific
bridge
necktie.
and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene la Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
Okay. So we watched a bunch of movies. One of them was Back to the Future. We are currently in a coma after doing a whole bunch of drugs. And all of the movies that we watched are meshing together. And that's why DeLorean, she represents our wife, and we killed her.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A ruler?
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office?
No, we are alone.
When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-esolary travel and the connected world.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
What do you mean? No, I want to. She's delightful. What do you mean? She's bad. Time to heed the warning. No. What? I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live,
What?
there was something ominous about Dolores Dei, constantly surrounded by her terriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state.
What?
And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well.
Oh.
Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Dei often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacific, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Dei to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
The lieutenant's calm voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
She's somehow connected to the case.
She's been dead for 300 years. I am almost 1,000% certain she isn't connected to the case.
He takes his glasses off to clean them.
None of this is, in fact. This church, the coast, this isn't a good place to get lost in.
Oh, visual calculus!
The shards glimmer in the dark.
Yeah.
You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know.
I think my big regrets was putting points into physiques instead of intellect. I really enjoyed Shivers. But these are all so cool. This is Dolores Dei.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Okie dokie.
Okie dodo.
He whispers in the silence of the great building. Okie dokie okie dodo?
A touch of absurdity there. Nice.
Leave. Map. Church. Tools? Bottle. Wait. Where's my... Okay, there. It's been good to see the physique skill inputs, even if, to justify why I never picked them myself. Yeah, the physical emotions, I don't vibe with them as much as I thought I would. I thought it was going to be himbo, but it's not. Whoa. Let's go tell the ravers that we can rave. The camera's the camera's very offset. Very offset.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church, I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the shadow-clad being climbed in the beams. A man living in the ceiling.
Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think?
He seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I don't really think he gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light!
Yes, Egghead!
Yeah!
Yes! I love Egghead. Egghead's my favorite.
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I didn't see the other one. Just some machines.
But she's in there somewhere. Has to be. Have you tried investigating the machines? Anyway, do let us know if you see her.
What's the deal with Egghead?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
Okay, that's it.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
So we have to discover the other person before they'll become ravers in the church. Ravers in the church. What's this? What's this? What's this? Oh, we have to mess with the computer? I don't know the password for the computer. Is that going to be a problem? Oh. Recycling. Ooh. Megabino's prescription glasses. They make you look smart. Vagrants have painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. A coin-operated weighing machine hasn't been used in a decade. Let's put our crowbar back on. And let's crowbar this open. Oh, postcard. A makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk more habitable. A big wine canister. It's open and empty.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Ugh. Hold on, that is awful.
It doesn't help.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Oh.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Who are you?
A man lies on the boardwalk.
Oh, you're
His
dead!
bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
He $1 million babied himself!
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
This is that lady's husband.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the man!
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Look at the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine or 1.5 of spirits.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely.
Aww.
Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench.
Yikes!
Right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Be very, very careful where you step here.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head.
But
An open wound. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just the one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Examine the bottle.
A 0.75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
He looks at the 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer and then at our yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Yeah.
True. It feels disrespectful.
What about the gum?
Revachol spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Let's look in there.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
Who eats a whole pack of gum?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home.
Oh.
The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
I don't think I want to step on the floorboards because I think that that's going to make him fall through and that's a bad idea.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
What do you think happened? Who's this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
We know who this is. This is the working class woman's missing husband, dead on the boardwalk.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
The leather jacket?
The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
What do you think? What should we do?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
We found him. Let's finish it.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Library card. A primer for small kids. Library card.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look in the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
I find it unnecessary. I'm just gonna go talk to the lady. This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Stop messing with coin-operator viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Okay. Where is the map? We have fast travel, right? No, we don't have fast travel. Why did I think we have fast travel? Hello? Hello? Why can't I look down there? Okay. It's fine. We do. How do we fast travel? Click on the names. Oh, you have to be at one of the locations to do it. That's a weird choice. I'm coming to... Oh, it's because you're not there anymore. You were here earlier, but because the quest is happening, I understand.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Pull out the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Jamrock Library.
Hold on. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for information that you could provide on a Billy Mejean, a reader.
Billy Mejean, you said?
Yes.
Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
On Moreau Drive in Central Jamrock, in a darkened hall, lit by orange desk lamps, far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, A lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address. Is that all right? No phone number, unfortunately.
Yes, the address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Do you have any other information?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know who someone was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay. If it was the police...
She starts explaining something.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87. But we don't have it yet.
Do you know what the husband's name was?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can you describe him?
Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second.
Girl, just put her on the phone.
Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Oh, thank you.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
I need to report a dead body.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Unidentified middle-aged man. Looks like he slipped and fell in a hole on the boardwalk and $1 million babied himself.
The man was about 173 centimeters tall, stout, with dark hair and a mustache. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he slipped. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence? No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He's wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining, and I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock. It belonged to someone named Billy Majon.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case?
We're on the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in.
Well, let's talk to Sylvie.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Could you imagine if we did? If we were like, let's talk to Sylvie again. Hey, Sylvie. Hey, girl. How's it going? Apartment 20. We got our crowbar. We got a library card. And we got some really bad news. Excuse me.
You hear someone walking around inside.
No, panel 10, don't care. Oh, boots. What's this? I'm gonna get freaking rich. Oh. It's because my perception's better, isn't it? Moss crawls on the walls. Balcony. It is indeed. Haha. What's this?
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup à l'oignon. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be really hard.
Don't knock. Just leave. You don't need this. You don't need to sad it up.
Let's knock. Oh, wait, let's discuss. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
Yeah.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Majon. We need to confirm these, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice?
Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
Good advice. Alright, I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Hello? Who is it?
A voice calls up from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
Look at the lieutenant.
He gives you a short, encouraging nod.
Is this Billy Majon? This is the police.
The police? A moment, please. Give us a moment.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Come in. The door is open.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Windows covered in newspaper clippings. A chalk-drawn height for children's growth over the years. A textbook for high school mathematics, trigonometry mostly. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the wall. The clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. Its ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. Hello, detective.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
Well, I may have brought a cock or two, but not yours.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
No, this is something much worse.
Yeah.
Is he in the hospital? How bad is it?
Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
Let's tell her. Double ones, here he comes.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Majon, was found dead at the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, he's dead. I'm so very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
Oh. But he was just...
She looks at the kitchen table where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
Was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and he hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes. Yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold.
With a mouthful of gum.
How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It's hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
She's wearing pants.
Here.
The lieutenant takes out a handkerchief and offers it to the woman. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend or family or someone who could be here?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
It burns like acid.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
It best to be take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She nods, but with a wretched expression.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over her cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
Sets the library card and leaves. Yikes!
You did well.
I could have done more!
You did enough.
He pauses, rubbing his hands together to generate some heat.
Can save the whole world, you know.
What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and the kids?
They'll manage.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Right. This is closed then.
Let's go.
I think there's problems with our heater. Kim is the best. That was tough. I remember when it was all silly, where we were having silly fun times. Kuno's just looking at the... Oh, look at the wall.
Just an ordinary wall.
Yes.
Nothing to see here. Yeah. Why?
Why must we stop to look at this?
It's tradition at this point, Kim. Every day we look at walls. Every day our tears, they falls. I want to learn about this wasteland of reality. It's required. And you're still conceptualizing. Okay, good. Well, that went well. Ooh, the bench. Let's look at the bench. Whoa, no, wait. What is this?
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you.
Kim.
Making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Look, bullet holes.
Where?
Point at the chips in the wall. Someone's been shot. We're cops. We should solve it.
There? Those are old.
Oh, like from the Revolution?
Yes, the one that happened half a century ago.
Oh, okay.
Those bullets were fired during the Revolution and do not warrant an investigation by officers of civil law. We should focus on present crimes from the present century.
I guess that's what I get for having my Esprit de Corps too high, eh? Remember the rest is lost to time. Oh no, I'll never remember it now. Oh, we could talk to Renee. Because Renee has secrets.
Vigilance officer?
No.
What can this old carabinier do for you?
Oh, flowers.
I prefer the old name. Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck.
Did they bring you good luck?
You know what? No.
Oh.
They brought me misery.
Oh.
False hope. And disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them.
You stirred up some bad memories there.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the ID for you, was it? She gave them to me too, and your jealous little heart just couldn't accept it.
Jealousy!
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston. But not while we have company. So, officers.
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I think you have to wait for at least a month.
Oh, I found your guard booth.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He adds with a slight sigh.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Thank you. I should yeet one of your bulls to the frickin' sea again. Right into the sea, baby. Fast travel is very nice. Not gonna lie. It's a little weird how it makes you go to certain places to do it, but there's worse ways to do it. Ooh, a rock! Gosh, perceiving things with your eyes? Love it for us. Barrel has been recently discarded. It smells of fuel. The chain trails off into the ocean. To whom knows where. The rusty gears used to turn the whole machine.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
I gotta put my interfacing gloves on. Then I'll be able to do it. Also, can I walk behind it? No.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune.
I wonder if I can, Money rock. I wonder if I can,
door,
like...
worn by elements, guards. You rattle the handle a bit, then push.
Like... This feels like something I'm not supposed to open.
An old door, worn by elements.
But I really want to see what happens when I open it. You know? It's unnecessary. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I just want to see, like, what happens. Like, this doesn't even need, it doesn't make any sense. Double ones. Out of all the things to save scum, I don't know why this is it.
You rattle the handle a bit.
You know? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't need to be this way. Kim is judging me.
Old door, worn by you rattle the.
Is it even possible? Or do they make you fail this, do you think?
An old door, worn by you rattle the handle a bit.
Oh! What's our unopenable? It's a nat 20, yeah, so you need to roll double sixes to get it. Is there problems with the heater?
No, seems fine.
Oh, okay.
An old door, worn by elements. You rattle.
This check might be the only one in the game that can't be opened at all.
An old door, worn by elements.
If I get it on the next one, I think this is the door. There's nothing behind this door.
An old door, worn by you rattle the handle a bit. Then
one more time, one more time, one more time. If I can convince a crate to open, I can convince the door to...
the handle a bit.
Whatever.
Yes.
I hate you, door. Even though I have my freaking crowbar out. Ooh, a white polo shirt, pop collar. Even with the 6'6", the door won't open. Dang.
This trap's not too hard to spot.
Look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. The wind picks up here, near the capes. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done.
I must stress that I did not expect a cryptozoologist to be in this trap.
Of course. Noted.
He looks at you incredulously as you place the trap back in the reeds. Oh, what's this rock? Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. The brand Tio Mortiri. Take a mental note. Tio Mortiri seems important somehow. Someone made a campfire here. A rusted broken control box for the radio relay tower. A box with a scented scarf. Tiny inlets here and there off far in the distance where the posts trailed towards. This ladder is too rusty. This dachshund, Rusty, suffers from narcolepsy. Does anyone know that dachshund? Well, I know it's not in this one. It's going to be in the next one. The boardwalk rises to your south. It casts a long shadow. Oh, that's where the body was. It's like, oh gosh, a basket. I can't wait to take what's in that basket. Let's run. We're running. On the boardwalk. Oh yeah, you all said that if I just mess with the machine more, things will happen. Ooh, what am I perceiving?
Hey, her innocence Dolores Dei liked little figurines, right?
Yeah.
Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember?
What?
You have the headless Falcon Rider figurine.
Oh!
You should give it to her.
Yes, I
Win
should.
her back.
This is a task of mine now.
So very, very, very nifty. Nifty and mysterious. This is surely what the figurines are for.
She deserves it an offer. What? Okay. Yeah.
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious and complex wax painting.
Looks like I can't give this to her.
Why?
Because the stained glass, she's a stained glass window.
That does seem to be a problem. Maybe you meant something else?
Like what? Is the task still on?
I don't know. What are we thinking of? Part of your mind has gone on to other things already. Only a strange little sadness remains. The mother of humanism towers above you.
Oh!
Jamais vu. Derealization.
We learning.
Jamais vu. The opposite of deja vu. Not already seen, but never seen.
Okay.
Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new.
Ooh.
Like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
For every orb clicked. Orb? We clicking on orbs? When we clicking on orbs?
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you heard the password?
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
This.
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Thank you.
I think we're done here, essay.
He crawls off in the darkness above.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
Don't worry about it, Kim. Silence.
The machine's keyboard is still illegal.
Press play.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Rapidest. Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Woohoo!
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, bye.
Goodbye.
The machine's speaker.
Good afternoon. Good.
The machine's the printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read it.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would you need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. Read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simor for help. Heard the others are back to making art.
Whoopsies.
Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
Poor writers. That's the truth, though, isn't it?
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Oh, now it's important, Kim. Now it's important. Oh, I thought it wasn't important to be here.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looks to his right towards the silence.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or It could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The Pillar of Silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
Oh, what could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer, and the storekeeper must be plaisance.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also, some canned air.
Why toothpaste in capital?
Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Gasp!
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're looking for suspects in a murder investigation. We thought they might be hiding in here.
No one's hiding here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We have...
We should talk to her.
Lieutenant.
After she has rebooted the machine.
Oh. We've destroyed everything.
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Hey, are you the lead programmer of World Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or no, not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Sorry, but who are you? And what are you doing here? Who are you?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios.
Oh.
I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
Ooh.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Have you seen a suspicious, someone named Rumi?
What? No. No one's suspicious around here.
Oh.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Drama's the frickin' best. I'm glad I'm wearing drama shirt. Why are there so many machines?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
My machines? Why do you need this antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefect processing unit.
Wait, what?
RAIN prefect. My radio computer.
And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
I don't know much about anything, to be honest.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air.
Like the cloud?
So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the AR1 is a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
So what are you doing with this radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
What are you working on?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
What are those bowls of water?
They are connected to my rain prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay?
Okay, I'll try not to touch anything.
Great.
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
Okay. Why, do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. Okay, but how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build?
Take a guess, why don't you?
I'm still convinced they want to build a nightclub for their dance music. It's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
No.
But you know he's around.
Yes.
He's seen you.
And?
Okay, that's probably not a big deal then.
No, you're right. I'm not.
So what are you doing in this abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes.
They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What are you researching?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Oh.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
A hole in the world. What does that mean?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed into the conversation, waiting for your answer.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
I logic bad. Hold on a moment. Does that mean we're living in a world that has holes in it? I don't know. I'm not here for some science. I just want to solve a murder so I can go home. Holes!
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Do you have any idea where this might be?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch black heights above, but without much success.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
The Crabman has answers! The Crabman will know!
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
That was my nickname in high school.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think the Crabman might be somehow responsible?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, bye. Those music enthusiasts wouldn't lie to me, would they? You need to do the expression every time you do a high school joke. You really do. The expression is part of it. Hello.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Goodbye, officer.
Huh? I see you're here again. Off-sign, man.
I saw.
You mentioned getting us into the church would help.
I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
I mean this one.
Oh, wow. Right on your cop ledger. You like it?
Yeah, it's so cool.
It is cool, but it's also more than that.
Oh,
much more.
What's it supposed to be?
The dead guy smiling.
And what does it mean? Why is the dead guy smiling?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths.
Whoa.
The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
The beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
I'm thinking it could be communism.
Yeah, that interpretation holds.
I think we've exhausted
I
this.
guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Are the signs all right now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync.
Okay.
Stage gamma disalignment.
We just gotta play DDR together and then our signs will be in line.
You heard me.
Okay, bye.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Church.
Yes? What's the deal?
I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
The stuffy tent muffles the last two words. The command fails to impress. Okay, maybe I am kind of feeling it.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it?
She did not like the idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it clear she won't leave until her project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
We have to come up with another solution, Andre. Andre, we have to make the world a better place.
Look at you, honor man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her.
Yeah.
If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
Coexist, Egghead.
Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She does not. She really doesn't.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said.
I know.
It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I'll see how it goes.
Excellent. Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Wait, there's an Egghead puzzle?
The young man with...
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
But is it? I mean, really?
Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural, Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it.
Yeah!
The Y to the E to the A to the A
To the A, to the A, to the A, to the G, to the H.
to the exclamation mark.
I love it.
Yeah!
He missed one A.
You've missed an A there. I yelled mine with 6 A's. You have to yell it with 6 too.
I'm the hard rhymer, the track attacker, the mic enforcer, the sixth checker. I am the law. Back to the heavy hardcore. It's hardcore. Skibbity.
Okay, so it's definitely nothing, is it? Yeah, 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 yeah. You missed an A, but I'm a lenient cop. Okay, it's not that one.
Close. True.
Nothing. No, I messed it up.
The Y. Yeah.
He missed.
I'm the hard close. True.
Nothing. Nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Nothing.
Internally coherent.
Internally coherent. I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the Whirling and Rags hostel.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yekokata, the place to be.
What is Yakotaka, the place to be? What does it mean?
Yekokata is a...
Okay.
Viclo. True.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Internally coherent.
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore. Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feeblish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore!
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is!
What is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet.
I was thinking that too!
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks. Close. True.
Nothing. 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 Nothing.
He furrows it.
Hardcore. Ah!
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would be good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic. Just answer the question.
But there was no question.
Oh.
Close. True.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Internally coherent.
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
He furrows.
Hardcore. Ah!
It's so hardcore!
Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit.
This is a puzzle? What is this puzzle? It's definitely not about signs. Okay. So it's just about exhausting our options.
True.
Nothing, nothing, nothing,
Internally coherent.
nothing. Tell me, what are you doing?
Gotta get the people going.
I see.
Yeah, request.
True.
Nothing, 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 nothing.
He furrows.
Hardcore. Ah!
Is it though?
It is.
What is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns and then starts bobbing his head back and forth once more.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you're a little worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
It's only super hardcore.
Fuck yeah, I knew it.
He seems sure, but you are left with the nagging doubt you might have overestimated the hardcoreness of that jam.
There's nothing wrong. Sometimes that isn't something. It's like it.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
It's only ultra hardcore.
It is, isn't it? I knew it. But how could it become harder core? I know the answer in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be?
Try to think if anything could make it harder core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
Feel the movement of blood through your head.
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm. The inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
Think even harder core.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
The abstract.
What do you mean?
The hardcore.
I know! So does mine!
He laughs and shakes his head.
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
Wait, I remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. Actually, maybe it's likely to hinder us. No, nothing.
Oh.
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer! What?
I want
As
to
your
think.
mind works,
Think.
Oh yeah!
Think.
The abstract. The hardcore.
I know!
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
What? I can't help you. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
Physical instrument.
All right.
I'll put my physical instrument clothes on. Physical instrument. Physical instrument. Physical. Physical. I don't think I have anything else physical. Do 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 tweet 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 do do do. I love this song. I think I'm getting negative physical instrument from thinking about this. Yeah, I am getting negative physical instrument thanks to this. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Oh, but we can stop and restart, right? Yes, we can. Ah, 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 ah. That's perfect.
The large head.
Good morning! Yeah!
Yeah! Good morning. We're gonna save Scummit. I want to help this friend create the best music ever.
Yeah!
We don't even need it.
Lungs where the pressure should vibrate. In your heart that's alone. And in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Boom. Boom.
What?
The young man makes a sudden move like he's about to turn the volume down, but that would be ridiculous. It needs bass and a melody. A good melody is what makes a song really stick so that you can't get it out of your head.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know. I was thinking you would know.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
Oh.
He feels ashamed. He can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
All right, I'll see if I come up with something as a citizen.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Fan 8's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
I've been there.
Oh, I know! I know this! I can tell you where it is.
Yeah?
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that. I could have said that.
And the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway.
Feels cold.
Does it?
Shake her doll.
Anyway,
the cop man.
Okay. Bye. Well, I gotta go check out the tape in the tree because I got sadness tape. And sadness tape is just depression. You know? And depression is not hardcore. Well, it is hardcore, actually. It's incredibly hardcore.
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. Flecks some more wet snow from above. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together.
Where's Ruby?
You look near. Snow falls into dark water. She prays, though she doesn't believe. That's all.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
Thank you, Shivers. Hardcore! I want that. I want that tape. The tree. The tree? The tree. The tree. Tree. Tree? Are you the tree? No. Where is the tree? Tree. Colder. Is this the thing? Oh! Was it the tree that the man was in? Hold on. Oh, there it is, right there. The tree. Wait, you're not the tree. You're the bottom right? I'm assuming it's gonna light up. Run. Run fast. Run quick. Oh, perceiving. It is here. Thank you, Zero. Footfall. Within, not human. Only dog, and no more.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze. Just like promised, you've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages.
Good hawthorn tree.
Patting the tree
nice.
reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102. Underneath a slogan, mankind, be vigilant. You tree-hugging pansy.
I am. I've always been a tree-hugging pansy, and I'm proud of my tree-hugging pansiness.
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. A wintry breeze blows by. Like an
Nope,
immaculate...
not this day. We're getting that. We're getting it. We're getting it. I want to make the best music, and I want them to live their musical fantasy, because you know what?
The gnarled hawthorn tree en route with slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling. You manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape.
What's the tape for?
It's for Egghead. I promised to make his Van Eck jam hit a bit harder. Maybe this tape can help.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Maybe Egghead can point me in the right direction.
You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street.
Ooh.
We shouldn't waste our time.
That's such a good call. What a good call. Gosh, Kim is so smart and so pretty. Spool. It's like spoon, but with an N. Or L.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Can you fix this?
You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but...
Great, can you do it please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone.
But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty... worthless.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Worthless? It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh?
Do you know that old church down the coast?
What do you mean? Yes. What about it?
I met some young ravers near the place, and they want to turn the church into a nightclub and play some weird neo-disco beats there, and I promised to help them with that.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it. No bass. It just goes bzz, 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 bzz. But this tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
Yeah. He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show.
Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though.
Yes, Roy!
Just sit back and relax.
Yes, Roy!
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Well, thanks for the help, Roy.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can.
Bye. At the pawn shop, we will listen to some tapes. At the pawn shop, it'll be frickin' great. A reel of magnetic tape. Ooh. I gotta go near the motor carriage if I want to teleport to the church. Bzz, 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 bzz. Is that the tune you wanted? My bzz. No, that's thin. It needs to make it hardcore.
The large-headed youth has closed his eye.
Good morning! Yeah! Pump it up! Pump it up! Pump it up!
He shouts, apparently unaware of the time of day. I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up EX Jam. Give him the fixed hawthorn tree tape.
Yeah! Remix time!
His
tape
voice.
Goes here, into deck B.
He clicks a switch and the tape starts spinning.
A hand on his ear. He listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
I found it tangled in a hawthorn tree.
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Ready? It really does add something to it.
Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper.
Intriguing. The way I see it, Van Eyck based his remix on some famous original piece, like a folk song, something local. Seems you found an initial part with the main melody.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
He nods to his friend behind the turntables.
Something mysterious is going on here.
Ooh. Andre's got it. Sounds like a local song remixed.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits. Bring up the volume.
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
You can't just leave it without a bass track.
I think nothing springs to mind, but let's see what we can find.
Yo, the warrior! The warrior of dance music!
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Why is there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
Good to know.
Yeah!
Yeah! Actually, no, I want to be back in that room. Well, I'm hungry earlier today because I didn't eat as much because I was trying to do too many things. I was like, yeah, no, we got to clean up after the cat a lot. I got to make the intro, which didn't happen. And I didn't eat what I normally eat. But I'll be back tomorrow with something else. Maybe I'll start with some Genshin, because Genshin is easy to get into. We got a good team. We haven't played in a long time. So yes, sirree. Thank you all for hanging out again. Sorry that it happened like that. It is unfortunate, but it is how it is. Okay. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Rave with me. Bye. I love you. Goodbye. Yeah.